Taegeun-young. The weather's been pretty fickle in Seoul lately, but I hear that the flowers are already in bloom in Jeju Island, and pretty soon we'll be seeing flowers in bloom here as well. Of course, as we wait for these flowers to bloom and blossom into great color, let's welcome today's contenders onto our stage. Today we have the PNS team, Peter Rutherford and Kim Chang-hoon. Welcome to our show. Now introduce yourselves, please.
Yeah, we met in English Institute a couple of years ago. We just come out here to have a lot of fun, even though it may sound a little bit corny. We'll do our best anyway. Thanks.
Okay, good luck to you. And going against the PNS team today, we have the Mania team. We have Mark Che and Leo Ri. Welcome and introduce yourselves, please.
Well, Leo and I are from America. We're Korean Americans working here in Seoul, so we're just glad we're just part of your show today.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, all of you, and good luck to you as we begin the quiz. First section, we'll be giving you 10 multiple choice questions worth 10 points each. You'll be given 5 seconds to answer per question. If you get a question wrong, we stop there and give you the sum of points up to that point. If you get all 10 questions correct, then we give you 50 bonus points. Now, if you're not sure about a certain question, you can call out chance just once during the 10 multiple choice questions, and we'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices and give you a better chance at the correct answer. Now, PNS, if you're ready, please choose among question sets Q, U, I, and Z.
Q.
Okay, we'll go with question set Q, number 1. Of the following, the central lines on Korean roads are of which color? 1, white, 2, green, 3, blue, 4, yellow. PNS? If you're not sure, you can call out chance.
Number 4.
Pretty rough beginning, I think, for PNS, but I'm sure it'll get easier. We go to question 2. Of the following, what kind of food are cottage, brie, and cheddar? 1, apple, 2, cheese, 3, egg, 4, spaghetti.
2, cheese.
See, it's pretty easy. And we get to question 3. Of the following, which country does the European Alps not pass through? 1, Italy, 2, Switzerland, 3, Austria, 4, Greece.
Number 4.
And so how are you finding the questions so far?
So far, it's okay.
Apart from
Right?
number 1.
Yeah, apart from 1, which was really tough for you. You haven't used chance yet. And we go to question 4. Of the following, which number fits into the blank? 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and blank. 114, 217, 321, and 425. If you're not sure, you can call out chance. PNS?
Number 3, please.
Just adding the last 2 numbers. And we go to question 5. Of the following, which is not a movie Denzel Washington appeared in? 1, Jungle Fever, 2, Mo Better Blues, 3, Training Day, and 4, John Q. If you're not sure, you can call out chance.
Chance, please.
Okay, we'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices.
Number 1.
Of course, it is Jungle Fever, in which Washington did not appear. And we go to question 6. Of the following, which is an actual animal? 1, weirdo, 2, gecko, 3, wino, and 4, wacko.
Number 2, please.
Add a little humor to our game, and we go to question 7. Of the following, which is not a carving by Michelangelo? 1, Bacchus, 2, Pietà, 3, David, and 4, Lao Kun. Make your final selection, PNS.
Go for 4.
Final answer?
4.
It's true. It is attributed to a group of sculptors, and we go to question 8. Of the following, what was the first sport in which women were invited to compete at the Olympics? 1, tennis, 2, swimming, 3, track and field, and 4, golf.
1, 2, 3.
PNS?
Number 2.
Tennis that we invited the women to participate in the Olympics first. But PNS, you have 70 points on the board. Congratulations. And now, Mania, you have the choice between question sets U, I, and Z.
Z.
Okay, we'll go with question set Z, number 1. Of the following, what is the holy book of Islam? 1, the Quran, 2, the Talmud, 3, the Analects of Confucius, and 4, the Bible.
1.
Yes, the Quran's it. And we go to question 2. Of the following, which is the longest key on a computer keyboard? 1, shift, 2, delete, 3, F1, and 4, space.
4, space.
And these are pretty easy questions, aren't they?
So far.
And we go to question 3. Of the following, what do you call a place where 2 bones come close together? 1, tendon, 2, synapse, 3, joint, 4, ligament.
3.
You have yet to use chance, and we go to question 4. Of the following, which is not a character based on an actual animal? 1, Snoopy, 2, Stitch, 3, Sylvester, 4, Simba.
2, Stitch.
And we go to question 5. Among the numbers that fit into the following blanks, which is the largest? 1, around the world in blank days. 2, blank musketeers. 3, the moon and blank pence. 4, blank leagues under the sea.
4, 20,000.
And of course, it was around the world in 80 days, 3 musketeers, and moon and sixpence. And of course, Mania team, you are already at number 6. Of the following, what fits into the blank in natural goodness is like blank, the quote, which is a saying in Taoism? 1, gold, 2, fire, 3, water, 4, air. If you're not sure, you can call out chance.
Chance.
Okay, we'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices. And please make your final selection, Mania team.
1. Go with 4, air.
However, natural goodness is like water. Mania, you end with 50 points, which is not bad, but PNS, you are in the lead with 70 points. Congratulations. This is the second part of our quiz where we test how well you two work together as a team. PNS, if you're ready, please take your position next to me. As you know, this is the section where we give you a pre-chosen category, 20 words. And of course, the category that you chose beforehand was ice hockey. Are you an ice hockey player?
Fan, not a player.
Which team do you like best?
I like the Rangers.
We'll see if that makes it to our list. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Go.
What you hit the puck with? What you use to hit the puck?
Stick.
What you hit?
Puck.
Jump ball.
Face off.
Giving the puck to another player.
Pass.
He stops the puck. Netminder, goalkeeper. Pass.
Block.
National Hockey League.
NHL.
The Great One.
Wayne Gretzky.
Pass. Championship.
Stanley Cup.
Anaheim.
Mighty Ducks.
Montreal.
Canadiens.
Pass. Pittsburgh Penguins.
Royal Lemieux.
Detroit.
Penguins.
Suwon.
Bruins. Red Wings.
Goalkeeper. Czech.
Hasek.
First
Dominik
name.
Hasek.
The best team in the world.
Canada.
And what you play for. Stanley.
Cup final.
Put the two together.
Canada Cup final.
Pass. Ice rink in Korea.
Taeneung. Mokdong.
Yes. LA. Team LA.
Kings.
Vancouver.
Canucks.
This proved to be a pretty easy category for you, obviously, since you both seem to like ice hockey. We couldn't give you goalie since you gave part of the board word in your hint. You passed on shootout and the MVP award, which is the Hart Memorial Trophy, and of course Dennis Savard, who is the Hockey Hall of Famer. But you end the section with 230 points. Congratulations. Now, Mania, if you're ready, please take your position. And being a pastor, well, Christian Bible is your category. Pretty easy for you, I suppose.
Hopefully.
Are you ready?
Hopefully we don't look too bad.
Oh, I'm sure. Are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
Christ.
Jesus.
Nailed upon.
Cross.
Apostle.
Paul.
Power of.
Babel.
In the beginning, the two first humans.
Adam and Eve.
10 Commandments.
Moses.
Noah and the
Ark.
first book of the Bible.
Genesis.
And Gomorrah. Blank and Gomorrah.
Gordon.
God and Gomorrah.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Before preaching the
Gospel.
holy, it's rolled up.
Communion.
It's rolled up in paper. It's pass. Last book of the Bible.
Revelation.
Hosea, Jeremiah, they were all Isaiah.
Prophet.
King David's son. King
Solomon.
Okay. In the whale, in the belly of the whale.
Jonah.
The last war, the final battle. A.
Armageddon.
The land of the final destiny. C. Pass. The 10.
Commandment.
In the lion's den.
Daniel.
The one guy who went through suffering.
Job.
And Mania, as I said, this proves to be a pretty easy category for you as well. You did a great deal of catching up. The final destination for the group of wanderers through the desert, Canaan. And he was going for scroll with rolled up paper.
Oh, okay.
In any case, you guys end up with the same score, PNS and Mania tied at 230 points. Now this next section is where we begin to use the buzzer, and of course you have to pause and wait for me to call out your team names before you share your answers with us. And of course this is the part that many fans wait for, where Kim Jun-sung comes out with the questions. It's good to see you today. It's a close game.
It's a very close game. We had a hockey expert get the hockey category, and we had, well, pastors get the Bible category. So, but I think this section will, I'm privileged to maybe test some of your more general knowledge rather than your expertise. Yeah.
Okay, so what are the rules for this section?
Okay, this is a round of 15 non-multiple choice questions. Each question is worth 30 points. And the first team that buzzes in can answer. And if the team cannot answer the question or they don't know the answer, then the question will go over to the other team. And you have 5 seconds to answer. And most importantly, wait for this young lady to call on the name of your team.
All right, and so if you have no questions, we'll go with question 1.
Okay, question number 1 is about geography. Engineers have begun constructing one of the most difficult roads ever attempted, a 1,600-kilometer overland route to this point. It is hoped that the snow highway will someday become a regular surface route from McMurdo Station on the Antarctic coast to the Edmondson Scott Base. What is the southernmost point?
PNS.
South Pole. Sorry.
And once again, I remind you, only share your knowledge with us after I've called out your team name. Since we began with the same points, 230, this will be a very close match to go to the finals. PNS, you're in the lead now with 260 points. We'll see what happens with question 2.
I'm guessing anything related to ice you'll answer, right? All right. Okay, question number 2 is about word. No peace for blank Mandela. Nelson Mandela usually gets up at 5 a.m., does daily exercises, breakfast on fresh fruit, maize flour, and sour milk, and is ready for the day's work. The word that fits into the blank means somebody addicted to work.
PNS.
Workaholic.
And we go to question 3.
Okay, number 3 is about food. Emergency steps to fend off any economic ill effects of a U.S.-led war with Iraq have been taken by countries in Southeast Asia that produce this crop. Iraq was the world's third biggest importer of this in 2002 by 1.3 million tons, most of it from Vietnam. What is?
PNS.
Rice.
Yes. We'll go with question 4.
Okay, person. This person will be inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame on July 12th. He was the youngest player to win the world's foremost.
PNS. PNS.
Latina Hingis?
And Mania, it's your chance to answer, and he'll finish the question.
Wimbledon at 17 years and 7 months in 1985. In all, he won 6 Grand Slam titles. Who is this German superstar tennis player?
Mania, 5 seconds.
Borg? Becker. Becker.
Mania.
Boris Becker.
Okay, Mania, it's good to see you on the board in this section. You're still trailing, but you're at 260 versus PNS's 320 points. I want to remind you, you have to buzz in, have me call out your team name, and then you share your answer with us, okay? So we go to question 5.
Okay, question number 5 is about country. This country has appointed a woman minister for the first time. Sheikha Aisha bint Khalfan bin Jamil Al Sayabia's ministerial appointment is also a first for any of the 6 Gulf Cooperation Council states: Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Kuwait, the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, and this country. What is this country which is ruled by a sultan?
PNS.
Saudi Arabia.
Mania, 5 seconds.
The missing Gulf country.
Mania.
Iran?
Why don't we take a look at the spelling hint? PNS.
Oman?
And we go on to question 6.
Okay, question number 6 is about medicine. This may protect against cancers of the mouth, throat, and esophagus, a study suggests. Previous studies have shown that this pill developed more than 100 years ago may help prevent bowel and lung cancer. What is this drug derived from?
Mania.
Aspirin.
And the more you learn about this pill, it feels like everybody should be taking aspirin a day.
I mean, I'm sure that the inventors of aspirin didn't know that it would have such far-reaching effect.
Yeah, it is amazing, pretty much. And we go to question 7.
Okay, question number 7, technology. This has made a fresh appearance in the latest Bond epic Die Another Day. The Sony Ericsson P800 model is a mobile device promising a powerful palm-top computer combined with mobile phone, digital camera, and a pocket gaming devices all rolled into one compact shell. This kind of advanced phones are called what?
We call this blank, and why don't we take a look at the spelling hint? PNS.
Smartphone.
And Mania team, I encourage you to buzz in as quickly as you possibly can. You've got some tough opponents in PNS. And we go to question 8.
Okay, it's about a company. 2 airlines are fighting for the right to fly between Hong Kong and mainland China. At present, only one airline, Dragonair, is allowed to take passengers across the border. However, its larger rival, this airline, wants to set up flights. What is the name of this Hong Kong-based airline?
PNS.
Cathay Pacific.
And we go to question number 9.
Okay, question number 9 is about a game. Last January, Raymond Barneveld won his 3rd Embassy World blank title following a stunning 6-3 victory over Richie Davies. He showed his superior experience at the climax of the 2nd and 3rd legs, hitting a treble 20, a single 20.
PNS.
Darts.
We've got a well-rounded sportsman answering all the sports questions practically.
And more.
And Mania, I encourage you to jump in as quickly as you possibly can, once again. And we go on to question number 10.
Okay, number 10 is about newspaper. The dark side of blank tells tales of biases, conflicts of interest, hypocrisies, and business mismanagements at the cherished newspaper of the French establishment that purports to speak the truth. This newspaper had a print run of about 400,000 and was founded during the liberation of France in 1944. What is this French newspaper?
PNS.
Le Figaro.
Mania, 5 seconds. Mania.
Guess with business.
Actually, we do not penalize for wrong answers, so that's that. But why don't we take a look at the spelling hint? PNS.
Le Monde.
And let's go on to question number 11.
Okay, number 11? Yeah, it's number 11. Thanks. All right, it's about element. This is found uncombined in nature in metal form and is used principally in alloys. An alloy with osmium is used to make fountain pen nibs. Alloys with platinum are used in heavy-duty electrical contacts. What is this silver-white metallic chemical element?
It's very heavy. Why don't we PNS?
Lead.
Mania, 5 seconds. Take a guess. Mania.
Mercury.
Why don't we take a look at the spelling hint? Mania.
Lithium.
Oh, PNS, 5 seconds. Would it help if I said it began with an I?
Is it I or M?
PNS.
Iridium.
Yes. Yeah, it was kind of deceiving. It looked like an L, but no, it was an I. And we go on to question 12.
Okay, question number 12 is about an animal. At least 3 people have been killed and 16 others severely injured by a mysterious wild beast running wild in a mountainous region of Malawi. The beast is suspected to be this animal. This is a dog-like carnivore that is a renowned scavenger. What is this animal?
Why don't we take a look at the spelling hint? PNS.
Hyena.
Yes. Just wanted to try out the buzzer? Okay, and we go to question 13.
Okay, question number 13 is about an artist. An art book bought for $80 has been found to contain 4 original works of this artist. Brett Floyd noticed a framed lithograph in a gallery identical to one in his folio. Since then, the book has been valued at $17,000. Who is the Spanish painter widely acknowledged to be the most important artist of the 20th century?
Spanish artist. PNS.
Picasso.
Yes. What a lucky purchase. From $80, he makes $17,000.
Yeah, the art dealer, he must be feeling like crap.
I mean, well, he bought it from a book dealer probably. But what's wonderful is, I mean, he has original Picasso works. Isn't that amazing? I mean, despite the
Actually,
money
you can
value.
get some of the sketches. I mean, they aren't cheap, but they're affordable. I know a lot of people who, not a lot, but a few people who have them.
Are you one of them?
No.
No, okay. And we go to question 14.
Question number 14 is about currency. Describing Australia as one of the industrialized world's top performers, the OECD predicted that the country's economy would grow by 3.25% this year. The news boosted the Australian currency to a 3-year high against the US dollar and the Japanese yen. What is the currency of Australia?
PNS.
Australian dollar.
And we are down to our last question of the day.
Okay, number 15 is about an organization. This organization held child soldier talks in Sri Lanka. Under the plan, demobilized child soldiers and young victims of the conflict will be looked after at a transit center or at transit centers to be jointly run by non-governmental agencies. What is this UN Children's Organization?
UN Children's Organization. Why don't we take a look at the spelling hint? And PNS.
UNICEF.
Yes. The United Nations Children's Fund. And Mania, despite your efforts, PNS gets to go on to the finals. Congratulations. Now, Mania, I know you have lots of fans, perhaps followers of you at your church. So you have some words for them?
Just good luck. You know. They beat us pretty good, but you know. Good luck on the final round. Hope you make it and win 7 times, right?
We're usually smarter than this, but our heads aren't working right now.
Under the lights, right? It is pretty nerve-wracking to be up here for the first time. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And now, PNS team, you will be going against the champion team. They're going for their 2nd win in a row. You saw them last week on television. What do you think of them?
Well, we'd actually like to make them be called the former champions.
We'll be right back after this with that. Team. Now let us welcome back the champion team. Thank you for joining us once more, An Chang-ho and Kang Kyun-eun. Thank you for joining us. This is your attempt at win number 2 in a row. Of course, you already have tickets to Jeju Island. And I know you saw yourselves on television. So what did your supporters say? Friends, family?
They say that do your best at that place and then cheer up.
Cheer up. You look
Okay.
sad, cheer up.
And hopefully you'll be having a win today. Is that what they said?
No, they just said smile.
Yeah, that is a good thing for television broadcasting. But PNS, of course, had pretty aggressive words for you in the last round. They would actually challenge your championship today. We'll see what happens. Good luck to all of you. And now let us begin the final round. Now, in this final session, we give you 5 categories with 5 questions each, 10 to 50 points each. What are our categories today?
The categories, as seen on your screens, are capitals of what? Farewell, carnivals, new leaders, and soccer rules.
And of course, if you get a question correct, you can choose the next question. If you get it wrong, the chance to answer goes over to your opponents. I get to choose the first question, and I will choose capitals of what for 10 points. Quote, even the U.S. Senate is more progressive than this, end quote. On March 1st, 2003, the Guerrilla Girls, who opposed to various sorts of discrimination, introduced this slogan. Because the U.S. Senate and this both lag behind the rest of the U.S. society in numbers of women and people of color in top positions. 14% of U.S. senators are female, but only 4% of directors. PNS.
Congress.
Champion, it's your chance to answer, and I'll finish the question. Only 4% of directors of 2002's top 100 films are female. What is the name given to the U.S. movie industry as a whole, also called the movie capital of the world? Champion, 5 seconds. Champion.
Hollywood.
PNS, you jumped in too quickly for that one. Champion, you're already on the board, and you have the right to choose the next question.
Capitals of what for 20?
Capitals of what for 20 points? Historically renowned as the blank capital of the world, Campbell River lies in British Columbia, Canada. Membership in the Tyee Club of BC can be earned by catching 13 kilograms of this fish. PNS.
Salmon.
And of course, Ketchikan, Alaska is also known as the salmon capital of the world as well. PNS, you're in the lead 20 versus Champion's 10 points, and you get to choose.
Soccer rules for 10.
Soccer rules for 10 points.
Hello, I'm an international soccer referee, Hong Eun-ah. I have always thought of a referee as a conductor on the field. The most important thing is to find the right combination of fairness. I know you are all standing where you are because you love quiz as much as I love soccer. So why don't you solve some questions about soccer today? The 7th law in the 2002 edition of the FIFA Laws of the Game is about the duration of the match. Soccer does not have a set time limit because the referee must add on for all the time lost. However, the amount of such time is at the discretion of the referee. Then the match consists of 2 equal halves of how many minutes?
PNS.
45.
And PNS, you get to choose.
Soccer for 20.
Okay, soccer rules for 20 points.
This question is about a certain term in soccer. One of the duties of the referee is that he or she allows play to continue when the team against which an offense has been committed will benefit from this. The referee penalizes the original offense if the anticipated this does not ensure at the time. What is this term?
PNS.
Advantage.
Yes. And PNS, you are increasing your lead. You get to choose.
Soccer for 30.
Your category, soccer rules for 30 points.
This question is multiple choice. FIFA publishes the rules of the game. In the 2002 edition, Law 4 regarded the equipment of the players. Of the following, which item is required by the FIFA laws of the game? 1. Captain's armbands. 2. Cleats. 3. Thermal undershorts. 4. Shin guards.
PNS.
Shin guards.
And of course, these shin guards must be entirely covered by the stockings and be made of a suitable material.
I've never tried thermal undershorts. Have you?
No.
No?
Anyway, PNS, you get to choose.
Capitals for 30.
Capitals for 30 points. In 1541, reforms implemented by Jean Calvin and the ban on jewels forced goldsmiths and jewelers to turn to a new independent craft, watchmaking. In 1790, this city was already exporting more than 60,000 watches a year. Thanks to research, PNS.
Geneva.
And of course, this is where the very famous Swiss brands base themselves on in Geneva.
I didn't know it was because they kicked out all the jewelers and goldsmiths. It's very interesting.
And in the city, there are some 150 international governmental and non-governmental organizations, including the UN. So that is another interesting thing about Geneva, or Genève in French. And PNS, you are increasing your lead. Champion, I'd like to encourage you to buzz in as quickly as you can. And PNS, you get to choose.
Carnivals for 10, please.
Carnivals for 10 points. Pretty much everyone in the world has heard of Rio de Janeiro's Carnival. From the moment the mayor hands over the keys of the city to a Dionysian character called King Momo, the streets of Rio have a special spirit and energy for 4 days of infectious rhythmic shuffling, color, smiles, and unbeatable revelry. The carnival's major highlight is, of course, this. This is an Afro-Brazilian folk dance and its ballroom derivative, PNS.
Samba?
Yes. Do you like the samba?
I like samba. I just don't know how to dance it.
And
You got to be able to shake, you know, like everywhere. I don't know how to do it. I won't even try it, as a matter of fact.
well, are you sure?
Well, I can do it. I just don't want to show it. Let's put it that way.
Okay. All right. PNS, you get to choose.
Farewell for 10 points.
Okay. Farewell for 10 points.
Okay, this drama started with its first episode, Leave While They're Still Applauding, on October 21st, 1980. For 22 years and 2 months, this drama showed the lifestyle of traditional Korean families and everyday farmers.
Champion?
전원일기?
Basically, it's translated into Rural Diary. But yes, that is the famous Korean TV show which ended. Champion, it's good to see you on the board, and you get to choose.
Farewell for 20.
Farewell for 20 points.
Okay, for 20 points. Although a very private man, this person is now publicly active in charity work. He donates $1 million a year to his foundation for abused children. While in St. Louis in 1998, he broke Roger Maris's single-season home run record of 61 to 70.
PNS.
Mark McGuire?
And of course, he is the St. Louis Cardinals slugger, nicknamed Big Mac. And PNS, you get to choose.
Farewell for 30 points, please.
Farewell for 30 points.
No more blank, farewell to blank, and goodbye blank, in quotes. Last month, newspaper front pages in Serbia and Montenegro.
PNS.
Arms?
Champion, it's your chance to answer, and he'll finish the question.
Front pages in Serbia and Montenegro said goodbye to the former state of this, but there seems to be little enthusiasm for the looser union which takes its place. In the republics which broke away from this in the 1990s, some papers are openly scornful of the birth of the new state. What is the Federation of the Republics of Serbia and Montenegro in the Balkans?
Champion, 5 seconds. Champion.
Yugoslavia?
And Champion, you are increasing your points, 50 versus PNS's 140 points. This still remains a close game. Champion, you get to choose.
New leaders for 10.
New leaders for 10 points.
For 10 points, this question is multiple choice, so each team will only have one chance to answer. On February 25th, Roh Moo-hyun was sworn in as president of South Korea. The slogan for his new administration is participatory government, hoping that the Korean people will play more of an active role in shaping state affairs. Where does President Roh Moo-hyun stand in the history of the order of Korean presidents? Number 114, number
PNS.
16.
And PNS, you get to choose.
New leader for 20.
Okay, new leaders for 20 points.
This person who steered Portugal to the Euro 2000 semifinals was given
PNS.
Coelho?
Oh, yes. and you're sweeping the sports sections, PNS team. And once again, you get to choose.
Carnival for 20, please.
Carnivals for 20 points. Visitors to the 49th edition of this city's Winter Carnival were invited to join the parade from January 31st to February 16th this year. And PNS.
Sapporo.
Champion, it's your chance to answer, and I'll finish the question. Over the years, this city's Winter Carnival has become famous far and wide. The event's #1 celebrity, Bonhomme, is the living incarnation of the legendary snowman. This city in which this Winter Carnival takes place is at the ideological core of French Canada. What is this city in Canada? Champion, 5 seconds. Champion?
Vancouver.
PNS?
Quebec City.
Yes. Very good. And PNS, you get to choose.
Capitals for 40, please.
Capitals for 40 points. Last month, thieves cleared out 123 of the 160 vaults at this city's Diamond Center. Belgian police investigating what may be the city's biggest ever diamond robbery said they had arrested 4 people. This city has been very prominent in diamond cutting for 500 years. Champion?
Antwerp.
Yes. And of course, it is the diamond capital of the world, with 60% of the world's diamond trade going on in Antwerp. And of course, the world's highly regarded diamond cutters reside in Antwerp as well. And of course, this is the only city in Belgium to have hosted the Summer Olympics. And Champion, you get to choose.
Capitals for what? For 50 points, please.
Capitals of what? For 50 points. In Tel Aviv, a period of unprecedented growth took place between the 1930s and 1950s. The city estimates that 3,500 to 4,000 buildings were designed in this school's tradition. After its brief existence in Dessau, Germany, from 1923, this school was closed in 1933. 19 students came from what was then the Palestine region. Now Tel Aviv in Israel is known as the blank capital of the world. More examples of this school style can be found there than in Germany. What is this school of architecture and design, which opened in Germany in 1919? Gropius is the founder. PNS.
Gothic.
Champion, 5 seconds. The name literally means, in German, architecture house. PNS. PNS.
Baroque.
Champion, 5 seconds. We are looking for Bauhaus. Okay. And I will choose. Carnivals for 30 points. This carnival begins warming up on a Saturday night when 9 Caribbean steel bands take part in the Panorama Street competition for the year's coveted Champions of Steel title. Originating with the Trinidadians arriving in Britain, this carnival is the largest celebration of Britain's ethnic diversity. Last year, over 1 million people attended this biggest street festival in Europe. What is this carnival, which originated in a neighborhood in London? This carnival is also famous as it is the title of the movie PNS.
Notting Hill.
And of course, Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant lived in Notting Hill. And of course, it's very famous. And Champion, I'd like to encourage you to get back in the game and onto the board. And PNS, you get to choose.
New leader for 30, please.
New leaders for 30 points.
China convened a landmark session of its largely toothless legislature. In early March, it prepared to anoint a new generation of leaders who will shepherd Asia's fastest growing economy through fundamental economic and social change. At the top of the agenda was the ascension of this person, the Communist Party's newly installed General Secretary to the presidency now.
PNS.
Hu Jintao.
And of course, he is now the head of the Chinese Communist Party. And PNS, you get to choose.
Farewell for 40 points.
Farewell for 40 points.
For 40 points. The distant emissary, over 12 billion kilometers away, disappearing into the galaxy. This spacecraft's last very weak signal was received on January 22nd. It was launched on March 2nd, 1972, and reached Jupiter on December 3rd, 1973, becoming the first craft to obtain close-up images of the gas giant and to chart its radiation belts. Following its encounter with Jupiter,
PNS. The Pioneer 10 is what we're aiming for. And PNS, you get to choose.
Soccer rules for 40.
Soccer rules for 40 points.
In the opinion of the International FA Board, a match should not be considered valid if there are fewer than players of this number.
PNS.
7.
Yes. And of course, of the 7, 1 each must be identified as the goalkeeper.
so according to the rule, like let's say if you're losing really badly to a team, you could deliberately foul the other team, including the goalkeeper, and reduce the number of your team members to less than 7, and the game wouldn't count.
Then you would forfeit the game, lose the points, probably banned for the rest of the season.
I see. Okay. So, but that game wouldn't count, in other words. But the consequences are much graver than losing one game. Yeah.
I hope that's the next question, actually.
No.
No.
I wouldn't be so stupid as to do that. I'd be fired. I have graver consequences that would follow from doing that.
And PNS, you get to choose.
We'll round it out with 50 points.
All right, closing the category, soccer rules, 50 points.
Do you know about this sport? The following is what FIFA defines as the sports pitch. The pitch must be rectangular. It must be between 38 and 42 meter long and between 18 and 22 meter wide.
PNS?
Futsal.
Yes. And of course, it is a five-a-side version of soccer, and it is derived from the Spanish word for soccer, football, and indoor, sala. Anyway, PNS, you get to choose.
Farewell for 50.
Farewell for 50 points.
Okay, the 50 points. As president, this person outlasted colleagues such as Lech Walesa and Boris Yeltsin, becoming the last dissident still in power in Eastern Europe. Last month, he bid farewell to his nation. In the 12 years since he helped bring about the fall of communism, he has presided over...
Champion?
Gorbachev?
PNS is your chance answer. PNS.
Mr. Havel?
And of course, he is the former Czech president. And PNS, you get to choose.
New leaders for 40 points.
New leaders for 40 points.
For 40 points. This person worked at the World Health Organization for 19 years in technical, managerial, and policy positions, notably leading the fight against two of the greatest challenges to health and development, tuberculosis and vaccine-preventable diseases to children. On January 28th, this person was nominated by WHO's, or World Health Organization's, executive board for the post of Director General of the agency, a first for a Korean. Who is this person?
We've seen his name in the news.
Seems
Think
like
back to the newspaper pages. His name is right there. The first Korean to be nominated by the WHO's executive board for the post of Director General of the agency. First Korean Director General of the agency.
And you can't say like Mr. Kim, Mr. Park.
Yeah, none of the, you know.
Yeah. You said Mr. Havel. That was different.
PNS.
Kim Yang-soo?
Good guess, but champion 5 seconds. Lee Jung-wook was the guy we were looking for, and now that I say his name, you're thinking, right? Anyway, okay, I get to choose, so I will choose new carnivals for 40 points. In the early 15th century, groups of aristocrats and noblemen set up entertainment associations around this city. The result was a burst of a wave of enthusiasm and creative excitement. Wearing a mask soon became an obligatory part of the custom. Revelers had to wear a face different from the ones they showed the rest of the year. The carnival has been revived in recent years, and it is credited for having breathed new life into this city. What is this city in Italy? Champion.
Venice.
Yes, Venice. And of course, it is situated on 120 islands formed by 177 canals. And champion, it is good to see you on the board, and you get to choose between two questions.
Carnivals for 50 points.
Closing out the category, carnivals for 50 points. Once described as the French Mendelssohn, this composer was a talented and precocious child with interests by no means confined to music. The zoological fantasy Carnival of the Animals is a witty frolic. He captures the characters of his animals with clarity, wit, and charm. Written as a private musical joke to parody the styles of the composer's contemporaries, this carnival enjoys immense popularity, especially with children. Who is this French composer? Carnival of the Animals composer. You see his name on the CD. Champion?
Chopin.
PNS 5 seconds. And we were looking for Saint-Saëns. We have just one question left, and of course that is new leaders for 50 points.
For 50 points, Brazil traditionally comes back to life after slumbering between New Year's Day and the pre-Lenten festival. The end of annual carnival celebrations marked an important testing period for this new leader. He was inaugurated on January 1st as the country's first elected working-class president and will face his first real challenges as public attention refocuses on politics. Who is Brazil's new president, newly elected early in this year?
Brazil's new president. The new head of Brazil.
No idea. Let's put an end to their suffering.
I'll give you 5 seconds.
Don't give us any more.
The name we were looking for, the president of Brazil, is Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. Well, it was a tough name to come up with if you didn't have it right away.
I mean, just the Silva and the Lewis, I mean, that would have counted, right? Maybe.
In any case, PNS, congratulations. You win your first game. Congratulations.
Various prizes are awaiting our winning contenders. Your first win will take you on a trip to Jeju Island. Your second win to Japan. Your third win will take you to China. And on your fourth win, you'll win a trip to Southeast Asia. On your fifth win, a trip to Hawaii. Your sixth win, a trip to the United States. And on your seventh win, you'll take the grand prize of a tour of Europe. We hope many of you join us.
Now, champion team, as I mentioned last week, you do travel quite a bit to come to our studio, all the way from Daegu. But champion team, we actually gave you tickets to Jeju Island. Will you be traveling together to Jeju Island?
Most probably, yes.
Probably, yeah.
Well, have fun in Jeju Island. Now, do you have some last words for the people who supported you back home?
Thank you for supporting us. That's it.
No, I don't have any words for them.
I was wondering whether we should give him tickets to Seoul, because it might be farther to travel to Seoul than to Jeju Island from Daegu, right?
Actually, there's a ticket going from Daegu to Jeju, I think.
Oh, really?
I think.
And that's probably the one you'd prefer, right?
You never know. I mean, we might be having vacation then.
Okay.
Okay. Well, congratulations once again, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
PNS, with this game, you are our one-time winner. You have tickets also to Jeju Island. Are you satisfied with the tickets to Jeju Island, or are you aiming higher?
We're just really satisfied to get past the first round. Really, that was the main target, not embarrassing ourselves. But if you keep giving us soccer questions, I'm sure we can go to Europe.
Well, you might want to have a word with our team, but I don't think so. Well, we'll be seeing you in a week. Do you have any words for your supporters back home who must be really happy right now?
Well, I just want to say, well, actually, to be honest, we never thought we can make it this far. So just, I don't know, just keep the ball rolling on our side. So just do our best. Thanks.
Okay, we'll see you next week, and congratulations. So PNS becomes our new one-time winner. See them again next week. Tune in the same time, same place. Bye-bye.